Lesson 2-3 is going to continue our graphing discussion. So one of our old terms we've been dealing with is slope. Always remember that slope is rise over run. And they might remember that there is a formula. Sometimes we talk about slope as the change in y over the change in x, which is useful. Rise up and down your y-axis, run left and right your x-axis. But there's also a formula, and that formula is where you take your y-coordinates of 2 points and subtract them over your x-coordinates. x1, y1, and x2, y2. Those little subscript numbers just indicate points on the line. It doesn't matter if you take the first one minus the second or the second minus the first. You just have to do it in the same order so that the y1s, x1s, or y2s, x2s are first. That's where you find slope. So this says find the slope of the line that passes through these points and then graph it. Now you might be saying just plot the 2 points, 1, 3, negative 2, negative 3. Draw your line, who cares? But slope is an important concept, so let's find the value of this slope. Now remember, this is x, this is y, this is x, this is y. If you get confused, write your x and y above them. So I'm going to have y minus y. Be very careful, the formula is subtraction, even if you have a negative, and x minus x. And I always write this out because if you make a mistake with slope, minus and minus is plus. So I really have 6 over 3, which reduces to 2 over 1. So let's go to our graph and see if it's right. So this says go up 2. I'm going to go 1, 2, right 1, and there I am on the line. 1, 2, right 1, there I am on the line. 1, 2, right 1, there I am in the line. Remember, positive slope says go up or right. Negative slope means go down or left. So this tells me to go up 2, right 1, because they're both positive. A little trick for graphing is I can also think about this as negative 2 over negative 1, because the 2 negatives are going to cancel. So I could really go down to left 1, and I will stay on my line. 1, 2, down, left 1. So if your points are really high and you need to move to the left to find the next point, that's a nice little trick. Well, let's look at this one. Find the slope of the line that passes through negative 1, 4, and 1, negative 2. Let's grab it first. Negative 1, 4, 1, negative 2. So we have a line cutting down like so. So let's figure out the slope. The slope is y minus y over x minus x. Remember, minus and minus is plus. Minus 1 is minus 2. So we have 3 over negative 1, which is the same as negative 3 over negative 3 over positive 1. The negative can be on either the numerator or the denominator. So what I can do is I can go up 3, left 1, so that would be 3 over negative 1, or negative 3 over 1, I can go down 3, right 1, and I will stay on my line. So let's start here. Let's go down, 1, 2, 3, left 1. Let's go here. Let's go up, 1, 2, 3, left 1. That slope is a very versatile concept if you learn to manipulate it. Now, graph the line passing through 1, negative 3 with a slope of negative 3/4. Now we can graph given different combinations of information. So in this case, I'm given a point, same way around. Now in this case, it almost works better to go up 1, 2, 3, left 1, 2, 3, 4. If I do the other, down 1, 2, 3, right 1, 2, 3, 4, I stay on that same line. This is the same sort of a problem. I'm going to go ahead and graph -4, +3. Start with a point. Now I'm going to count my slope off. I can go up 1, 2, right 1, 2, 3, or I can go down 1, 2, left 1, 2. There, my line. Now we're going to start talking about parallel and perpendicular. And the cool thing about parallel lines, they have the same slope. That's the key. So you can look at an equation like this, turn it into slope-intercept form. Minus y equals -2. I want to get it into y equals mx plus b to find out my slope. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I can't have a negative in front of my y, so I'm going to multiply everything by -1 to switch it. So y equals x plus 2. I don't care about the y-intercept. I only care about the slope. So my slope is 1 over 1. So that is my slope for this line. So my original line, which I'll do in blue, drew at -2, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. It goes. Now the line parallel to it, this point to start, 1, -2, it has the same slope. Up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. Line never cross. Y-intercept is the same slope. So, similar sort of problem. Here's my parallel equation. So let's find out what the slope is of that one. X plus 4, subtract x from both sides, 4y equals -x minus 4, divide by 4, remember divide both pieces by 4, y equals -1/4 x minus 1. So my slope is -1/4. And that's really what I care about. That's my big value right there. I'm going to go through this line. Now I have a point in the slope, and I can graph. So -1, +3, -1/4. So I go down 1, right 1, 2, 4, or I go up 1, left 1, 2, 3, 4. There is my line that I want. And that would be parallel to the other line. Perpendicular is a bit different. Remember, these are going to intersect at 90 degrees. So their slopes are opposite. So a reciprocal is when you flip the fraction upside down and then you do the opposite. For example, if my slope of my first line was 2/3, my slope of my line perpendicular, flip the fraction, 3 over 2, do the opposite sign, -3 over 2. Another thing that's true about the slopes of perpendicular lines is that you can multiply them to get -1. So you can always kind of quick check yourself. So we need to find the slope. We're still going to put this in slope-intercept form. X from both sides, divide divide by -3. My slope of this line is 2/3. So if my line perpendicular is going to be flip the fraction. This one is positive, this one is negative. And I'm going to use this slope and this point. I'm going to put the original on here just so you can see how they intersect this time. So my slope is positive 1, 2, right 1, 2, 3. There's my original line. And now I'm going to come back and it goes through 2, 1. But it has a negative 1, 2, right, 1. That those are probably intersecting at 90 degrees, which makes them perpendicular. The next example is the same concept. So let's go ahead and put this equation into slope-intercept form. Solve for y, so x, y 5, this time is negative 2x. Perpendicular, the reciprocal is 5 over 2. This is negative, so the opposite is positive. This point. So negative 3, 1, and I'm going to go up 5, 1, 2, 5, right 2, 1 down, there. Just for reference again, I'm going to put that other one up here so that you can see that it goes, that it has